Imagine you are building a house, and your total labor estimate requires exactly 100 workers. You wouldn't just send all 100 people to the construction site on day one. If you did, most of them would be standing around with nothing to do. Instead, you deploy your workforce in phases. You need a specialized crew to pour the foundation, then a different sized team to frame the walls, and eventually the roofers. Software development operates on the exact same logic. A project manager does not need their entire roster of developers active during the initial requirement analysis phase. Knowing the total effort allows you to budget for the whole project, but without knowing when and where to deploy your team, you cannot build a functional week-to-week schedule. This flowchart illustrates where early estimation models reach their limit. Basic COCOMO takes lines of code as its only input and produces a single total effort number. Intermediate COCOMO improves this by adding cost drivers, giving us a realistic adjusted total effort. But neither of these models tells a manager how to divide those total person months across the requirement, design, coding, and testing phases. Without a phase-by-phase breakdown, scheduling a large workforce becomes difficult, creating the need for a more specific analytical tool. Detailed COCOMO specifically allocates effort across the software development lifecycle. In this pseudocode, it first takes the adjusted total effort from the intermediate model, factoring size and cost drivers. Then it distributes that workload across standard phases like requirement analysis, system design, coding, and testing. By calculating these specific allocations, detailed COCOMO provides specific effort targets for each stage of development. This split-screen diagram shows two dimensions, effort and schedule. A 100-person-month project isn't divided equally. You might need 10 months for requirements, but 35 concentrated in coding. We map those effort blocks to a real calendar. Requirements might take 1 month, while coding takes 4. Visualizing both effort and schedule simultaneously allows managers to secure phase-specific funding and accurately monitor progress as the months go by. Let's test our understanding. If intermediate COCOMO already adjusts for cost drivers, what management problem does detailed COCOMO solve? It dictates precise hiring timelines. It provides hard start dates for deploying specialized teams, like integration testers, telling a manager exactly when to bring on specific developers. This precision does come with limitations. The detailed model requires sequential phases to work properly, making it less suitable for highly adaptive modern agile environments. This comparison grid brings all three models together to clearly see differences in inputs, accuracy, and outputs. Notice how the detailed model encompasses all variables, lines of code, cost drivers, and lifecycle phases to achieve the highest accuracy with a phase-wise output. Because of this structure, BASIC is generally used for small academic projects, while intermediate works perfectly for medium-sized commercial builds, and the detailed model is explicitly used for large industrial projects. To lock this in for an exam, remember the BID progression. Basic answers how much, intermediate answers how much under real conditions, and detailed answers how much and exactly when. Mastering detailed COCOMO allows you to move beyond high-level estimation and begin managing the specific labor requirements of the entire development lifecycle.